on, everybody? LevelMDiecast. Yes, Diecast haul time. Episode 82. 82. Big O 82. Yes, this will be a relatively large haul. It's been a little bit since we've had a haul. So we're going to start off with the low-end stuff. You know, the regular, like probably most people won't care about stuff. Just a version of this casting I don't have. I picked this up loose. It was like 50 cents, something like that. So nothing particularly fancy. Seed Seeker, it says on the side. Speed Seeker on the side. Nothing fancy, just a generic casting from back in the day. Same with this one right here, Silhouette 2 or Silhouette 1, something like that. Just a version I didn't have. This is Toss Across. Probably for some video game service, or not video game, but board game series or something like that from back in the day with the Hot Wheels cars. The Fire Eater, this is a variation I didn't have with the 5-spoke, kind of gunslinger wheels on there. I'm not exactly sure the name of those, but this particular one came with 5 spokes. It also came with the dual blade 3 spokes, I think. That's what I call them, but just another version I didn't have. This particular variation right there, 50 cents on that one too. Picked up this Speed Shark. This is a little bit different print than the one that I have, just with the black wall wheels. It's the same wheels and stuff, but the print on the side's a little bit different than the one I have. This is a true brown back, pretty much mint card, but it's not a desirable casting, so it's really not that big a deal. So you see there is red, orange, and yellow. So there's some variation differences between how those are printed on there. This one just happens to be a little bit different than the one that I had, but still has the same chrome base. Nothing particularly fancy about it, so I picked it up. No need to spend too much time on that one. Throw that there. A couple more main lines right here. I have the first edition of this one, which is, I think, orange and something for the sprint car. It's called Slide Out, but it's a sprint car. Now, I never really pursued this casting, but, I've gotten to the point now that I don't want castings that I only have one of. I want to at least have a couple of every casting. So went out and got me another one of these. This one pops out here. Looks like I threw... I'll have to see if that was an error. It's missing the front wing. See, I have a second one. There's a wing piece on the front. I'm thinking that... Oh, it's right here. Oh, there we go. Good. I was going to get a little bit bummed out. So it just slides in the front. This casting was retooled big time because that's a huge safety risk. I'm not really sure how Hot Wheels decided that was a good idea. Even though it's 3 and up, that's a really, really small piece. But there is your sprint car. Nothing particularly fancy with it. It's just a sprint car, generic sprint car, but it looks okay. As you can tell, the pieces come off of it. Not exactly the most robust model. You see the piece just fell off right there. Picked up this one too. This is just a standard version. That one was from some type of series. But this is just a regular version. Let's see if we can get this one out of here intact. Get all these containers off of here. There we go. Boom, and boom, and boom. This one looks pretty decent. It says number 27 on the side. Still uses the same 5 spokes. Nothing particularly fancy. Blue and yellow. There we go. And that pops back up. It's a good casting. I mean, I think they did a great job making a sprint car. But this was also back when sprint cars were kind of popular, and now sprint cars are not popular at all. Just saying. Another one right here of a casting I started to collect, the XT3 from the Blackwall era. This one for Cartoon Friends series. So this one's from like 98. So nothing particularly fancy, just a generic casting. Like I said, just moving through some crazy stuff. It says Rocky on the side from, of course, Rocky and Bullwinkle as I throw the car out. So kind of an interesting deco on there. It looks okay. This model is all diecast. It is diecast base, diecast model or body, and of course the engine sections there is diecast as well. Just a little skinny wheel on the front. Nothing particularly fancy again. So throw that guy right there. Picked up another one of these Chaparral 2s. If you watched the haul I had, maybe it was even Diecast haul episode 81, maybe. There were some 5-packs I cracked open, and there was a weird one in there I kept. But this one is a very good deco, just red with dual white stripes. This particular one I think is also from 97 or 98. There you go, 98. So not the first edition, but the recolor. It's a good casting. The casting is pretty good. So really happy that they were doing some chaparrals back then. You're really not going to find any of these kind of like Trans Am style era cars nowadays. People just don't make that kind of stuff. I do have some 5-packs as well. So this one is a Volcano Blowout. This one is from 1997. So again, pretty crappy assortment of models, but I bought it for just those 2 castings right there. I do collect this casting, but I already have that one. I got that one loose. I don't collect these other 2. So we'll get this popped out. Volcano Blowout with the little piece here. We'll take out the 2 models that I'm going to keep, which of course is the Monte Carlo Stalker, which is metal base, plastic body, a really crappy paint job on it too. It's just the kind of stuff the Hot Wheels was doing back in the day. Kind of looks like that guy's picking his nose. Just saying. Just saying. So throw that up there. Nothing particularly fancy. Keep it rolling. And then of course the Thunderbird. Thunderbird is pretty cool. This casting is also plastic body and metal base. Deco is also ridiculous as well. So it's supposed to be like cartoon volcano, I guess, for some reason. And then of course the other ones in the mix is this guy right here, which is some kind of turbine car. I forget the name of it, but it does open up. Does have a moving feature. The power pistons, I think, or rocket, power rocket. There you go. Still the original version with the opening canopy. They are still making this casting to this day. It actually came out in the H case or G case, I think, this year. And then this one, I think, is the power pipes. Yeah, power pipes. Nothing particularly fancy. Metal base and a plastic body. So we'll move those ones along. Another 5-pack right here, as I'm dropping all kinds of stuff. Another 5-pack right here. This one is Speed Demons. So there is your Speed Demons. There are a number of cars. There are 3 cars in this pack. This one is actually from, I think, 1 year earlier, 97. It's a different style of 5-pack. So when you slide this out, there's actually a cardboard backing to it. And the cardboard just sits there, so you got to be careful not to take it off or all the cars will fall out. So this casting utilizes that same, or this pack has that same car that we just looked at, just in a different deco. Not going to add that to the collection, but we are going to add this one. This one is your Silhouette or Twin Mill 2, if I remember correctly. This is just a version I didn't have, so another casting I collect. So a lot of old school 90s. I like old school 90s Hot Wheels, so crack that one in there. This guy right here, I forget the name of this one. They don't really put the name of these on there, but this one is a variation. The one that I currently have is lace wheels. This one is a 3-spoke, so really happy to add the 3 spokes to that. So this one's got a little bit of fuzzy stuff inside the package, not a big deal. And then this one right here, which is the splitter, something splitter, I think. This is just a version I didn't have. Actually, this is another variation. I think the one I have also has lace wheels. This one also has a 3-spoke variation, which of course is right here. So just another variation, another interesting model. This model's had, this casting, not this particular release, but this casting's had an enormous amount of variations over its lifetime. I probably have 40, maybe 50 different versions of that casting because there's just so many variations. And then of course the Pontiac Salsa, I think is what this is. I think, but I already have this version. So I collect this casting, but it's meh. The windshield right here is part of the casting. It's just painted black. There's not actually a windshield in there, which is kind of interesting. So that's it. So we'll put that to the side as well. Now we'll get into a little bit newer stuff. Actually, we're going to get into quite a bit newer stuff. So I am chasing some older Brat castings. Of course, this one from a holiday release, number 4 of 5. There is the entire release that came out with this particular one. This was from 2021. So just chasing down some of the old Subaru Brats. I figured I might as well just go completion mode on this guy. So this one is a really nice flat finish to it. Looks good. Nice texture to it. White wheels on there look good. Just basic decos, nothing on the front or the rear. These were, these were still basically $1 cars. So they're not going to have any kind of extra deco, but the Brat is a pretty cool model right there. This one right here as well. I have a few 2000 GTXs. I don't have anywhere near the amount that they've released, but I got this for 50 cents. Yes, I got this for 50 cents. So I figured might as well throw this in the collection with the rest of them. So old school Silver Series right here. Silver Series from 2023. So not like it's super, super old, just a couple of years. So no metal base. Unfortunately, just a plastic base. but it does utilize that nice 5-spoke wheel in gold. Some decals on the side, looks pretty good. JDM Legends. Details on the front look good, full printed up. And then taillights done up as well. A little bit of print on the spoiler on the back, looks pretty good as well. Number 15, so at least we get something newer in the mix, right? Well, now we're going to get something super new as we continue to do basics. The ridiculously vaulted Civic for this year, the Red Edition Civic. I actually traded like 3 premium cars to get this, which, I paid, about $1 a car for those. So I basically paid $3 for this. It's not bad. It still sells for like anywhere from $15 to $25 for a Civic Red Edition from Target. Not particularly a casting I really care too much about, but I do have a few of these castings, so I might as well just keep it going. But there is the Red Edition for this year. It's okay. Utilizes those PR5s. VTEC on the side. Civic says red on it. Has extra print on the front for the headlights. Of course, your Honda logo. But it's a mainline, so it's not like super, super detailed. Right-hand drive. It's alright. It's alright. I'm not a Honda guy. Really could care less about Hondas. I just like collecting diecast cars, and that's what I do. Alright, Kroger exclusives. Kroger exclusive, yes, 2025 Kroger exclusive. This is one of the first ones. The tuned 2000 GT Liberty Walk, or Hot Wheels J imports this one in silver. Kroger exclusives are definitely not easy to find. They did hit pretty hard. Locally to me though, so pretty happy about that. This one looks pretty decent, just silver with those gold 3 spokes. I think the color choices are good. A little bit of black print on there I like that the headlights are printed up as well. I like the tuned cars. They're coming out with a Pagani Zonda tuned. I'm not really sure how I feel about that one, but that one's pretty nice. Another Kroger exclusive right here, Morgan Super 3, so this will be the 3rd color for the Morgan already, this one in gold. Another Kroger exclusive. So this one just with number 3 on it. It says Super Team. It's the exact same print, just different colors that we've been seeing this year already. That's typically the way it goes with a lot of recolors, and especially Kroger exclusives. So, which is fine. I'm always happy to get an extra color. It doesn't matter the deco style. And then the last Kroger exclusive I have is this one right here, the 2021 Ford Bronco. This one was in yellow in the main line. Now it's in blue, with the same crazy kind of electronic kind of circuit board look print on it. Again, this is the Kroger exclusive. And I think the blue looks good. Just black wheels on there, black off-road wheels, no print or nothing on it. And number 2, again, same exact decal on the outside as the main line. So we'll throw that guy up there. Now I have 2 of these, and these have to be the most ridiculously expensive models ever. These are color reveals. You get 2 models per. This is the mix right here. Of course, I collect the Rockin' Railer and the Mattel Dream mobile vehicle, Power Pistons, and the Power Rocket. So unfortunately, I have to buy 3 of these because I'm a completist. So I bought 2 because these things are $11 a piece. $11 each. So you're spending, after tax and everything, you're spending $6 for a generic. And I mean a generic. None of these are licensed. So you pop this open. There's 2 models in here. They come in these little plastic things. So let me get this out of here. There we go. Now they are diecast, so I mean at least you got that going for you. So we'll get the Power Rocket out of the first. It comes in a sealed plastic bag. That's crazy. So it looks crazy. It looks super, super crazy. It's got like a coating on it all the way around. It looks really, really, really weird. I think you're supposed to throw this in water and let that coating dissolve off. You see, can't even roll the tires because there's a bunch of stuff on it. So this needs to be thrown in water. It's basically the way it works, and then it will reveal what it is. So you dump it in water, and then it reveals what it is. And then after that, you can change between hot and cold, but you do have to throw it in there initially to see what the color is. So nothing particularly on this little pamphlet. It's basically just a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, probably because the type of chemicals or whatever they use to make the coating on it. So that needs to go in water. So at some point in time, I will put that in water. But didn't quite realize that, but that's okay. So that's why they're green. And then it comes with this one right here, which is the Trofeo or something like that. The Tigre, which is just junk. I would never be able to sell this casting for the $6 I paid for it. So that's unfortunate. So we'll put that in there. Crack that back on there. Throw this stuff out. And then this one right here, at least I get to keep both of the models in this one. Or at least I need both of the models in this one. Especially with that Mattel Dreammobile, which is pretty popular right now just because they've been using it for the 80th anniversary. So we'll get this cracked out of here. So unfortunately don't know what colors these are going to be until I get them done up. But there is your Rockin' Railer. That one also needs to be doused. So probably douse that at some point in time, your Rockin' Railer. And then of course the Mattel Dreammobile. I guess it kind of defeats the purpose to unbox these that I didn't put them in water. I guess I should have done that ahead of time. But it uses the Aero Blade wheels, which is a cool wheel to use on this one. But it's just, man, it's just super coated in whatever that stuff is. Super coated in it. So, I mean, obviously once you throw that in water and get that stuff off of there, you want to, for sure, dry it off and make sure those axles don't get any rust or anything on them. So get this out of here. All right, let's move on to some premium stuff. How about some mail-ins? You guys know I've been collecting the Mini Cooper. So get this cracked out. This is from a factory sealed 2023 set, your Morris Mini. So crack this out of here. Was a mail-in. Throw the packaging away as we normally do. This is the premium version of the casting with the opening parts. Of course, this was the mail-in, so you'd expect that. It says Hot Wheels 68 on there, of course. Everything's 68 with Hot Wheels. Number 6 on there indicates it was the 6th mail-in of the year. Then some details on the back, and of course it says Morris Cooper on there, which is super cool. That's really cool. I think that little Morris Cooper print on there is the coolest part. You push this little button right here on the bottom. Sometimes it's very cooperative. Sometimes it's very not cooperative. Today it seems to be very not cooperative. So try to, let's see here. Try to see what I have lying around in the studio. Try to get that popped down enough to get the part off of there. Well, it's supposed to be very straightforward, but it just doesn't want to do it. But it's supposed to just open that piece in the back where the plate is, and then you just pop the top off. We've gone over this. This is the updated interior, though, where it doesn't have the roll cage. But you can see the interior is riveted to the model itself, but it does come apart. It just doesn't want to work. If it's a model that doesn't come apart, there's no button in the back. That's pretty much the easiest way to tell. And then another one from the 2013 factory sealed mail-in models. The Ford Bronco, another model that I collect, and I didn't have the mail-in. Sorry about the glare there. So 2023 collector edition. This was the 5th mail-in of the year. Ford Bronco R. So get this cracked open. There we go. These are not numbered, by the way, in case anybody was curious. And no, they're not through the RLC. You mail in from various retailers. There is the details on the front. I do like the fact that the R is red, as per usual, when this does have premium print. The chrome kind of gunslinger wheels look very, very good. I love the red line tires. They make the beadlock really pop. This is actually a really, really good version. This is probably one of my favorite versions already. Just hold it in hand. Nothing's going to be as good as like the best premium one they did for off-road, but it's close. It's close. That one's actually a very, very good version right there. So put that there as I annihilate my back shelf. Let's see, more premium. How about some old school Fast and Furious? This one from Quarter Mile Muscle. I have decided to start collecting this casting, which is the worst decision you could ever make because there's some pretty expensive versions of this casting out there. As a matter of fact, I've had some pretty expensive versions of these I've gotten in collections, and I've sold them off. So I am not going to be ultra completist on this. I am only going to buy these as I come across them. This is the release that it came in. I was not very happy about this release back in the day because none of those castings I had any interest in collecting. But, it was old school muscle. This is definitely my favorite Mustang casting that Hot Wheels does, though, by far. There is a roll cage inside. Looks really good. A separate wing on the back. Little spoiler on there. Prints up. Does good. This has also been in the main line. It's a little bit different version in the main line, but I think it debuted in Premium and then it went to the main line. We've also seen it in Boulevard this year. It was just recently in Boulevard in orange, which is a super, super cool version. So I'll throw that there. Marking another gasser off of the list, another Supernova gasser. So I think this is the last regular release gasser I needed. Now I just need conventions and RLCs, which is always fun. So drag strip demons right here, back from the 50th anniversary. Of course, it says 50 on there. Supernova looks fantastic. Good year on those slicks. Big engine in there. No details on the front. Oh, there's a little bit of headlight print. Just a little bit of headlight print. And then the prints in the back look pretty good as well. Heavy hitter casting. Looks good. I really like that one a lot. And this is the mix of drag strip demons that it was from, which is a pretty good version. I hopefully we can see drag strip demons again. I know it doesn't really fit the collecting motif these days, but I think it would be important to see it again. All right, I got a very, very nice premium item I've been waiting for like pretty much my whole life. Ah, yes, the Porsche 2-pack, the Porsche Premium 2-pack. This one came straight out of Japan. Yes, straight out of Japan. Look, there is your Japan decal right there. You could just buy these regularly in Japan, Amazon. Just regular. You just buy them. But can't find it anywhere here. I've come across a couple of them, like from JCar and stuff. But I got this for just standard, like, it's like 20 bucks. So I got it from a friend. I didn't actually buy it from Amazon Japan. Now, there's already been plenty of comparisons between this yellow GT2 versus the original Boulevard GT2. Different wheels completely, and they are completely different yellows, but the base, prints and stuff like that are the same. Looking fantastic. I think the original Boulevard one with the gold GT wheels was way better. Not a huge fan of these wheels. They look good on this casting, but not as good as the GT wheels. Details look very, very good. I am happy that this was released, though. And then there's a little bit of print on the wing. It says GT. So pretty stoked about that one. And, of course, this one right here is your Cayman. This is your Cayman 718, I believe. 718 Cayman GT4. This is a brand spanking new version right here. Never seen before. Carbon fiber hood on there. Looks very, very good. I think the 5 spokes work perfectly on this casting. A dark graphite kind of gray. Print on the back. A lot of glare in there. Apologize about that. It says GT4 on there. Taillights look good. The wing is pretty nice. Some carbon bits for the aero blade. Of course, a matte black on the base. I'm digging it. It looks really, really good. It's a really good version. The headlights are lensed, so that's why they're super dark black, just like the window is. But that one looks really, really good. Really, really stoked about that one. That one's actually pretty nice. All right, I got one Majorette from Kabaya. This is the newest color for the Supra. Oh my God, is that a Supra? Yes, it is a Supra. It's a Supra in red. Comes with gum. And this is not very old, so this is very super pliable. I don't know if I'm ever going to eat one of these, but I'll open it up so at least we can see what it looks like. But it's just a piece of gum. It's not pre-wrapped up or nothing. It's just a flat piece of gum. But it's gum. It's gum nonetheless. Smells very good. Smells really good. Smells very fruity. I will probably eat this. You know what? I'll set it to the side and I'll try it before I end the video, and I guess I'll tell you guys how it tastes, I guess. Why not? All right, Toyota Supra from Majorette. Very, very good casting. Full deets on the back look good. Of course, it says Toyota on one side, Supra on the other. Does have an opening hood, which is pretty nice. If I can always get it to cooperate, it's always a fun time. Ooh, they're usually pretty stiff. Oh, there we go. At least for the first time. There's your 2JZ down in there. The hood doesn't open all that well, but it opens enough, which is nice. Lens headlights as per usual with Majorette. The Toyota logo on the front looks pretty good. Does have suspension, although the wheels are pretty big, so they don't move very much, but you can see the suspension bars in there. And of course, this particular one is 1/60th scale. So we'll put that there. You can tell it's clearly bigger than the Hot Wheels we've been looking at. How about we do this? So I cracked these on a previous haul. These are Weekenders from Maisto. These are their Sprinter vans. Those are the 4. I was unable to find this yellow one. It actually took me quite a bit of time to find this yellow one, but it's here now. It's here now, right now, in front of us. And it's not taped shut. So just get this cracked open. We're not gonna save the packaging, so it's really not a big deal to be a little bit rough with it. It does utilize one of these just little hook things at the bottom. Probably one of the greatest inventions ever for packaging. You can get rid of those rubber bands, and it won't damage your model. I'll throw that down there. So these are basically like 1/43rd scale is what they are, and this one's done up like just a basic like camping conversion. The headlights are lensed, which are very, very nice. It does have an extra piece here, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be for a winch or if that's supposed to be for some type of hose attachment or something. Very, very interesting. It does have a simulated light bar here on the top, and of course this part right here would be a expandable roof section, so you could pop it up if you were camping inside of this. There is no opening side door on this side. The tires are rubber. We've covered that. And then, of course, the back doors open up. There's nothing inside. It's all completely hollow in there. But the doors work pretty good. The doors are plastic. So the rest of the model, base model, is metal. But the doors are plastic, and you can see the color difference between the doors and the model itself. Spare tire on the back is a little bit low. Guess they don't want to cover up that Mercedes logo, because that Mercedes logo is important. And then nothing particularly fancy on the base. It does say it is scale 152. So it's close. It's between 1/50th and 1/43rd scale. So depending on what you have, it probably won't scale with anything, because that's just the way it works. All right, Kaido House. Yes, it's been a minute since I've had some Kaido House. This is a much older release. Well, it's the newest BMW, but it's an older release by now. I've had to switch my Kaido source, my Kaido vendor. No big deal. Buy from somebody else, not a big deal. So this one came a bit late since I had to buy from a new vendor, but it is here now, so pretty happy about that. No, there was no chance for a chase, so which would have been nice, but no chance for a chase. This is probably this is by far the best and cleanest Kaido they've done yet. Clearly no Kaido's better than this particular one right here, right now. Details look fantastic. It just looks good. The kind of BBS style wheels, got your Advan Yokohama on the tire print. It's just clean. It just looks so good. It's so clean, so crisp. I'm digging every one of it. And then of course the opening hood, which opens up correctly. There is the deets down in there, BMW M-Power, as you'd expect. Super, super detailed, lots of print, lots of goodies, lots of carbon fiber everywhere. Get the hood to kind of cooperate a little bit. And of course that ridiculously shiny base, as you'd expect, made in China, which is an interesting thing to look at, because Kaido's made in China, and they announced that the Kaidos were basically going to go from $20 to basically like $30. So they were basically going to go up $10 per car, which is just crazy. So it's a pretty expensive endeavor. Let's see what else I got. I got one Matchbox. I got one Matchbox car. So I actually had planned on doing an up-to-date with the 911 GT1. And I paid up and kind of went out of my way to get this one, because I thought this was the very last one I needed. But I actually need one more, which is actually a German-only release. It's silver. It's going to be difficult. This one was hard enough to get, but now I got to get the silver one. This is from 2003-2004 Hero City. Yes, they were still getting good stuff in the rest of the world. We did not get this here in the U.S. This was not released here. They released this in other markets like Germany and stuff like that. They were still getting sports cars, but not here. We were getting, Ultra Hero, like Mixopotamus and all of that ridiculous jumbo sweepers and stuff. So 911 GT1, this is just a recolor of a deco they used for a few years. They actually used the same basic deco from 2001 through 2003, I believe. I think this is the very last version that was ever released of this casting. In red with the silver wing on the back. This wing's pretty loose, but it is set in there. Some of them are loose, some of them are not. No additional prints on the back, no prints on the front. Very good casting, and kind of a fitting addition, since Hotwheels will be releasing their brand new GT1 casting right around the corner, so we will make room next to the Porsche, for the other Porsche. So throw that there. Super important. For me, this is super important. You guys know I collect muscle machines, and muscle machines are impossible to find anything new. And I don't think they've been really releasing anything new for a while. The initial release is 1 through 48, and then there, of course, there's chase pieces and stuff like that. I did do a walkthrough at one point in time when things were current, way back. This is one I've been very, very diligently trying to find. I actually bought this one on eBay because I can't find it locally. This is the second color for your Audi Sport Quattro. So second color right here. Number 31. So really happy to add this one so I get to cover up another hole in the collection. And then this one right here, which is number 38. This is the second color for the Lamborghini Countach, which of course this version has crazy turbos in the back of it. And no, I don't open the muscle machines. I keep all the muscle machines sealed. So between 1 through 48, the only one that I know for a fact that's been released that I don't have looks to be number 36, which is a Shelby Mustang. And I know it's been released in Australia because that's the only place I've seen it. So hopefully I will get some assistance getting that one from my Australian source. Hopefully it works out that way. If it doesn't, then so be it. But hopefully it does. So there you go. That is Diecast Haul episode 82. Lots of Hot Wheels, but at least I got to squeeze in one Matchbox. I got some Kaido, Maisto, and of course muscle machines. Trying to mix it up a little bit. I've got to throw those in some color as well. So this is our gum. This is Japanese gum, by the way, which all gum should be relatively the same. It's pretty tasty. It tastes pretty good. It's very fruity. Kind of reminds me of juicy fruit a little bit, just a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I highly recommend it. So, anyways, we're going to roll out episode 82. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, as always. Diecast all the time here on Level M. Thank you very much. Peace.